make chicken smothered in gravy with biscuits. This recipe is absolutely amazing. It's super simple to make. It doesn't require a lot of ingredients. If you make it Gina Young style, you'll love this recipe. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a can of biscuits. If you don't wanna use the can of biscuits, you can make your own. Of course you can. I have some frozen peas and carrots here, and you can use them frozen or you can thaw them out. I got a nice sweet Vidalia onion and some fresh celery. One stalk should do. And any of the pieces of chicken that you want to use, okay? You could even use a boneless, skinless chicken piece if you wanted to. I have some chicken thighs and they do have the bone and the skin. You're gonna need some spices to make everything come together and taste good. This recipe is so simple. But everybody thinks you were in the kitchen for hours making it, and that's not true. I'm using some chicken bouillon powder. I do have some salt, garlic and onion powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning, parsley flakes. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make chicken and gravy with biscuits, Gina Young. I already washed off my chicken using lime juice, salt, and cold water, and I just really rubbed the lime or lemon juice all over the chicken. Not only does it clean it, but it gives it a great taste. And then I use some salt. The salt serves as an abrasive. Kind of rub that chicken together and run it under some cold water. Okay, so now you can see that there's some extra chicken skin that I want to cut off. Some of these pieces of the chicken thigh, I might leave a little bit of skin on, but most of them I'm gonna take it off, okay? And if we see any fat on our chicken, go ahead and get rid of it as well. And then we're gonna come back and season it to perfection so it can have great taste. Hope y'all are having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day here. How many of you love chicken that's smothered in gravy? I'm one of those people. I love chicken in gravy, and this gravy is like so simple because our gravy is the cream of chicken soup. If I didn't mention we're using that, you can see that we have this big can here. And a lot of times I'll use like some milk or heavy cream or water to thin it out, but it makes for the best gravy. I mean, you could use it for pork chops, use it for turkey or chicken, and it is just lovely without the stress of having to make the roux to make up a gravy, right? You all making for dinner. I would love from you all, when I do these recipes, tell me what you're making for your dinner tonight. I wanna know what you guys are eating too as well. And our meat, give it some great flavor. For my salt today, I'm using chicken bouillon powder. If you don't have it or you don't want to use it, I always tell you it's okay. Just use some salt. And if you can't use salt, leave it out. Right? So I'm going to go in very well with this. It's such a great taste. Are you kidding me? All right, there we go. Lovely. This is the underneath side, and then we'll flip it over. I just like to do mine that way. There's some people that just pours the, puts the spices on and rubs it together. I don't know. I have always, when I make whatever meats it is, I season one side, flip it over, and season the other side. That way I know that every piece is receiving that flavor, because I don't want to miss flavor on any parts of the chicken. And I feel like if you just dump the spices here and you rub them together, what if all your chicken ain't getting flavored the right way, right? So I'm going in with that onion and garlic powder, chicken bouillon, and the black pepper, a little bit of Italian seasoning if you would. All right, we're gonna flip it over, get that other side seasoned. And for the top part, we're gonna put that parsley flakes because it makes everything top part, just like this. These seasonings smell absolutely amazing. Now I'm gonna bake this chicken on 365 degrees today, okay? So now inside of my pan, I will put maybe a tablespoon and a half of butter or cooking oil, whichever one you want to use. A tiny bit of water in the bottom of my pan. It kind of just helps things to go. You don't want too much water, but just put you a little in the pan. I always do. That little bit of water usually evaporates anyways, which is just fine. Seasoning, I almost forgot about, but it's never too late, paprika. It's a lot of times when I'm making meats, I want that beautiful color. It doesn't give a lot of flavor unless you're using the smoked paprika, but this right here gives me the color that I'm looking for when I think about well seasoned, right? Flakes, and then we'll grab our water, that little bit of butter or oil, put it into our 9x13 baking dish, preheat the oven to 365 degrees. Let's go. I went ahead and put that little bit of water in our 9x13 pan. There's our butter. And now we're going to put our beautifully seasoned chicken right into the baking dish, preheat the oven to 365 degrees, and now we need to chop up some vegetables because vegetables going to go on top, and the flavor from the vegetable is going to go right into that chicken. So now we're going to take our vegetables, not the peas and carrots. I'll tell you the perfect time we're going to use the peas and carrots, but it wouldn't be right now because we don't want to turn them into mush, okay? Let's take just that one stalk of celery. It's fine. If you love carrots, get you some carrots too, okay? I'm just going to break it down in such a manner, and we're going to throw the celery and the onions right on top of our chicken and into the oven, and don't cover it. If you cover it, it'll just steam, and that's not what we're looking for, right? Celery going right in. There we go. You can kind of nestle it down into the bottom if you want it to. Now we're going to get started on that beautiful onion. Nice sweet onion. Always, I'm going to tell you, when you're using onions to cook with, make it the sweet Vidalia onion. It's always going to taste best. Onions going right in, just like this. I'm going to move them around a little bit and into the oven just like so. Get it right into the oven. When we take our chicken out of the oven, the whole house smells absolutely amazing. So whether you're making fresh biscuits or using the kind in a can, the kind I like to use is the flaky kind, the kind that have the layers. Now there's two different ways you can do this. If I can get these biscuits open. Two different ways you can do this. You can turn around and put these biscuits on top of the finished product and then throw it back into the oven until they cook, right? That scared me. Or you can do them separate. I'm doing them separate today because my family likes to kind of take the biscuit and dip it into the gravy and the chicken, okay? So it's really up to you. But if you decide that you want to put it on top of the dish, make sure your dish is completely 100% cooked, and then you're going to throw the biscuits on top of the recipe until they're baked up, okay? Let's get these into the oven, get the chicken out, and put the gravy. So now we're gonna make up this gravy that is so easy and it tastes so good. Cream of chicken soup, and you may see that there's a lot of liquid in there. That's good liquid. I did have to pour some of it out. We're gonna take our cream of chicken soup. I know it's lumpy, but you know when it cooks, it's gonna smooth all out like a luscious gravy. Put the whole can in just like so. We're gonna smooth it over our chicken. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And that juice that's in the bottom of your pan, it's gonna thin out your gravy so it's not super thick. And so now we're gonna take the peas and carrots, your desired amount, and you can mix it in or you can leave it right on top. Let's get this back into the oven. To the oven we go, and don't you cover it up with foil. You'll just, are you kidding me? That right there? That right there, baby, that right there. Look at this gravy. That's what you call smothered chicken and gravy. I know. If you enjoyed this here video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Taste. Oh, I know you're excited. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. See, what my husband does is he pours the gravy all over that biscuit. He like puts a biscuit up under the chicken. He does. He puts a biscuit up under the chicken and one on top and then slathers the gravy. You can do that too. I'm going in. Oh my goodness, look at this.